Hey guys, DC Network here, coming at you with another video. This week is San Diego Comic-Con. From July 24th through July 27th, Comic-Con will be taking place, and I'm keeping my eyes on this year's Comic-Con for a couple of reasons. Last week in a recent video, I discussed how we might actually hear more details about My Adventures with Superman Season 3 at this year's Comic-Con. Card above to that video if you haven't seen it. But the bigger thing for me that I'm keeping my eyes on this year's Comic-Con for is that I'm expecting to see some sort of announcement regarding Ben 10. Last year at Comic-Con in 2024, Ben 10 actually did have a presence at Comic-Con. It wasn't a new series that got announced, but we did get the announcement that a brand new comic book series is going to be coming at some point this year. I discussed that recently in a video as to what exactly is going on with that situation, card above to that video as well. I would say it's pretty much a surefire bet that this comic book series will at least be mentioned at Comic-Con this year, but the bigger thing that I know everybody is wondering, myself included, is will we get an announcement for the 6th iteration of Ben 10 this year at Comic-Con? I would say there's a chance that this happens, especially since Ben 10 is going to be a series that is at least talked about at Comic-Con, given that many people are going to be wondering, hey, what happened to that Dynamite comic book series that you guys announced last year? I'm sure there's going to be some announcement or some news regarding that series, but people are going to be there discussing Ben 10, and there's a possibility that the 6th series gets brought up in some capacity. Is this a lock to happen? Absolutely not, but I've said this a multitude of times in multiple videos, but every single day that passes is a day we get closer to the Ben 10 6th series announcement. This year, or next year I should say, is going to be the 20-year anniversary of Ben 10. At the end of this year in December is going to be the 20-year anniversary of when the original Ben 10 premiered, so next year for the 20th anniversary, what better way to celebrate it than to announce the 6th series of Ben 10. So this is something that I'm definitely keeping my eye out this year at Comic-Con to see if there's any sort of announcement or any sort of news regarding the 6th series. There has to be at a given point some self-awareness from Cartoon Network that, hey, people want to know what's going on with Ben 10. It's the biggest franchise you guys have ever created. There's a lot of franchises you're going back to right now, whether it be Adventure Time with Adventure Time Side Quest or Hey Yo Bimo or the movie or Fiona and Cake, Regular Show with Regular Show Lost Tapes, The Amazing World of Gumball with The Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball, Steven Universe with Steven Universe Lars of the Stars. There's a multitude of franchises you're returning to right now. I didn't even mention the new Powerpuff Girls series that's in the work. I didn't even mention the whole Foster's Fun Time for Imaginary Friends spin-off show from the realm of Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. There's so many series you're returning to right now. It's only natural that people are wondering what's going on with Ben 10, when you're going to return to the realm of that franchise. Furthermore, Ben 10 has always had something ongoing outside of the 2-year hiatus we had between Omniverse and the reboot. This is the longest time we've gone without having any sort of Ben 10 series on the air. The fan base is clamoring for something new to happen. The 20-year anniversary is coming up at the end of this year, and next year hopefully they'll have some big 20-year anniversary celebration. I've said in other videos as well, so far throughout this year we've seen Cartoon Network releasing a lot of merchandise for Ben 10. They're silently putting it back in the spotlight, whether it be the Daylight Curfew clothing that they've been releasing all throughout this year, whether it be the U2's figure that we got earlier this year, or heck, even the disaster that was the Ben 10 Complete Collection DVD box set. There's been a lot of Ben 10 things happening this year, and it feels like it's building up to the inevitable announcement of this 6th series. Now, the big question which I posed at the beginning of this video is, will this 6th series be announced at San Diego Comic-Con this year? Will it be announced later this week between the 24th and the 27th? I'm not gonna say yes for sure, but I definitely do think there is a possibility it could happen. Eventually at one of these events, they're going to have to announce the 6th series. The big thing that I don't understand is why they haven't announced this show yet. I've said in the multitude of videos the timeline regarding the 6th series. I'll give a quick rundown of it here if you haven't heard me discuss this. But in 2021, after the Ben 10 reboot ended, Duncan Rolu had said that, hey, we're going to be announcing what's next for Ben 10 by the end of this year. By the time December comes around, you're going to know what's coming next for Ben. That announcement never happened. In 2022, Duncan said he had misspoken about the 6th series of Ben 10 and he apologized for causing any confusion. All of a sudden, we hear nothing for the rest of 2022. Then in 2023, Jason DeMarco, the senior vice president of anime and action over at Warner Brothers Discovery, says that he's working on a multitude of ideas for Ben 10. He's not sure where any of them will go, but he's working on things. That tweet gets quickly deleted, and since then, we really haven't heard anything concrete regarding a 6th iteration of Ben 10. It's been 2 years since we had our last update from anyone behind the scenes. So that begs the question, what is happening right now? Did they pick an idea? Are they still trying to brainstorm and come up with the idea for the next iteration of Ben 10? I would have to imagine at this point they've locked down some sort of idea and they are working on it actively. It'd be absolutely absurd, to me at least, that for 4 years you're trying to come up with an idea for the next series. It's like there are so many creatives out there who would kill to work on Ben 10. Heck, I'd love to work on a Ben 10 series. You can't find one person who has an idea that you'd be happy with going forward. At that point, if we're still trying to come up with an idea today, 4 years after the fact that they were brainstorming ideas initially and we were supposed to get that Man of Action series that obviously has been canceled, then we had that Jason DeMarco series that we don't know what happened to it. If you're still trying to pinpoint an idea for the direction of the next Ben 10, then there's something wrong with you, Cartoon Network. There's something wrong with you, Warner Brothers Discovery, because there's no way and no reason that this series should take 4 years for you to come up with an idea and to pinpoint what direction you want to go in. I would have to imagine by now they've decided what the direction is for the next Ben 10. The big question to me then is, why haven't you come out and said something about it? I've said before in other videos, but with the Powerpuff Girls, right? It was what, 2-3 years ago at this point that they announced that they're making a new Powerpuff Girls series that's going to be a sequel to the original. Apparently Craig McCracken said they haven't even gotten the full greenlit yet. They're still at the development stages, coming up with a plot and an idea for this series. So if that was announced so early in development, why haven't you done the same thing for Ben 10? Between the two of them, Ben 10 is a bigger franchise than the Powerpuff Girls. Don't get me wrong, the Powerpuff Girls is absolutely massive. I see merchandise all over the place. I know it has a huge fan base. It's a series that is big, but it's not Ben 10. Ben 10 is a billion-dollar franchise that Cartoon Network just hasn't done anything with for the past 4 years. It's one thing that they haven't done anything with it, right? And they're trying to pinpoint what the next Ben 10 is going to be about. But it's another thing that the franchise has kind of just disappeared from the face of the earth. Outside of the 2 times it aired during Cartoon Network Super Summer this year, Ben 10 really has not aired on Cartoon Network in quite some time. Like, I don't think they've had any Ben 10 on the channel since the reboot concluded back in 2021, which is rather odd to be seeing with a franchise that's as big as Ben 10. Like, if you look at regular show and even Adventure Time, right, they're getting new shows that are in development. In the case of Adventure Time, it has Fiona and Cake, which is ongoing. They're actively airing reruns on Cartoon Network. The Amazing World of Gumball, look at that series. It's never stopped airing reruns ever since the series ended back in 2019. They kept airing rerun after rerun after rerun because in the back of their minds, they knew that this show was going to return. So why aren't you doing the same thing with Ben 10? Don't tell me that you still don't have an idea for Ben 10. Don't tell me that this franchise is just rotting somewhere in the Cartoon Network archives and you're not actively developing anything. That's not an answer that we're willing to accept. The community wants to see something new with Ben 10, and your opportunity to surprise us, to come out there and be like, hey, this is what we're working on, is this weekend at San Diego Comic-Con. So hopefully Friday rolls around, maybe Monday of next week, and I'm making a video saying, hey guys, Ben 10's 6th series has finally been announced. We're returning to the original continuity. The series is called X. Or hey, Ben 10's 6th iteration has been announced. We're making a brand new continuity. It's another reboot for Ben 10, but this time it's more mature and meant for more older audiences. I hope that's the video I'm making later this week or early next week, but for now, we're just gonna have to wait and see and keep our fingers crossed that we finally get an announcement for the next iteration of Ben 10 this weekend at San Diego Comic-Con. Anyways, let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about all this. What do you guys think the chances are that we actually get an announcement for the next iteration of Ben 10 this week at Comic-Con? Do you think it's something that's a lock to happen? Do you think it's not gonna happen? Or are you like me that you're somewhere in the middle, that you could see it happening, but you wouldn't put money down on it happening? If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to see more content like this from DC Network. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.